Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Siza, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development. So, we can take control of our life. Let's go, and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with my lovely wife, Lady Siza. Yes, we are grateful today to come to you on this evening.
Yes.
And so today we just want to talk to you a little bit about why it's important to have an online presence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so there was an online shopping research conducted through mobile devices. Now, it said that it grew 41.4% in 2020.
Wow, that's a lot. So it grew almost by 50%.
By over 50% through mobile devices.
Wow, so people shopping on using their mobile phones.
Yes, using their mobile phones.
Interesting.
And another 15.2% in 2021, which meaning that it was over 50% by 2021.
Wow.
To reach $359.3 billion in the U.S.
So in other words, it's $1 billion market to have an online shopping experience or online shopping presence.
Yes.
That's incredible. So
Exactly.
why are people not doing it?
I don't know why some people still, it's still outdated and still
and believe in brick and mortar.
brick and mortar. Yes.
But you can even have both. That's the beauty.
Yes.
I mean, you can have a brick and mortar store
And a click and mortar.
Yeah, a click. I like how you say it, a click and mortar.
Click and mortar. Yes.
Yes.
That's the correct terminology.
Right.
But yeah, you can have both of them, and so individuals that's not adapting these two, they losing out on a lot of money.
In other words, they're leaving money on the table.
Yes, they're leaving money on the table. And so and so now today we just want to, inform you, why it's critical.
Because people might be asking themselves, if I don't, what happens? Well, we're just about to give you some tips of why you should have an online presence if you have a business, no matter how big or how small it is. Even when you're starting out, it's actually a great way to get yourself out there.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if you have a service business or product. Or it doesn't matter if you're a non-profit or profit or even a church.
Just get yourself out there.
Just get yourself out there.
I like the last part, or even a church, because some churches are still thinking, no, we have to meet in a building. Hey, I know one of your pastor mentors once said he made more money.
Yes.
While he was
online.
Offline.
During
basically.
COVID,
online during COVID, when he is actually in a presence in a church. So it works.
It works.
Try it. Because you're reaching a huge, a larger audience, but also people are saving on gas.
Yes.
They're saving on transportation to come to the church. So they take the money and they put it back in the church. And so
even businesses learned that as well during COVID, that they saving on airfare, car fare, petty cash, all the different petty cash they were using for the executives. When now they could just be on Zoom.
Yeah.
So they saving a lot more money now, and not just because you got to realize too, you just don't. It's not that you're making money. You also got to consider that you're saving money.
Right.
With the different overheads that could run up.
I think COVID was a huge lesson for many of us. A lot of businesses who were smart enough, and individuals and ministries, they pivoted and were not stuck in their old ways. So let's go ahead and go through the pointers that we want to share with our audience on how to get themselves out there. My first point would be having an online presence, I think it's something that we've already spoken about. It enhances your accessibility. People are able to access you more because you're now able to reach more people, you know. If you aren't Googleable, then I think you don't even exist. Because most people, when they want anything, say for example, you're visiting a new city, a new country, if you want a certain service or product, you don't know anybody. Nobody has referred you or whatsoever. You're going to go straight to Google. You're going to go to the internet and search for a salon, search for restaurant, you know, and when you do
what to do.
Right, what to do, what's the attractions in this place. And whoever that pops up first and has great reviews, guess what? You will definitely go for that person. So those people who even have great businesses but don't have an online presence, they've already missed out on a customer. Yeah.
And also having an online presence, I like that you said that because it also gives you credibility.
Of course.
It gets you credibility because when you have a website, you know, and you got reviews, people see that you're professional.
Right.
And it gives you credibility to have that online presence.
Yeah, but also just being able to be accessible, it just helps when customers go online and check you out. They're able to see when is your operation hours. Remember in the past we used to drive to places and you find, oh, it's closed. But now we don't have to. We just Google and we're like, oh, okay, their operation hours is this and that. So it just makes life easy for everyone. There's menus online that you can put in. There's, you know, specials. There's discounts. There's all sorts of things that you can play around with. And that's the exciting part. So what is the next point you think is important?
Well, yeah, not that it allows you to have accessibility.
Yeah.
But it also it reaches a wider audience.
Yes.
Which is critical. It reaches a wider audience, you know, where it allows the customers who you're serving to come to you, even when you close.
Right. So you basically open 24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah, you open 24 hours. You know, with a brick and mortar store, a lot of stores is not open 24 hours. You close at a certain time.
And with COVID, people are afraid to even go to brick and mortar.
Yes. Yeah. So, you know, you the customer have access to you or have access to your service or your product. They can watch your videos, that whatever that you offering, whatever value that you are putting out there, the customer to go to the internet, you know, for your service any time of day. Right. So basically, you're able to make money in your sleep.
Oh, so
I like the sound of that, making money in your sleep.
Yeah. So in that
that's
way,
leverage income.
Right. Or passive income.
Passive income.
Yeah.
Passive income. So yeah, it winding your audience. And so when a customer like what they see, when they like what they see, they purchase it, they like what they see. Now, guess what? They're able to share your product or your service with somebody else. And guess what? Can I tell you, that's the best kind of advertising is word of mouth.
Free advertising.
Free advertising. That word of mouth is the best because it spread like wildfire. Yeah. You know, negative or positively. You know, it spreads. So that's why you want to have clarity, a great website, a website that's not moving so slow, but is able to be fast and is able to be, and you're able to deliver with quality.
I mean, you're so right with that, and I love the point that you said the website must be functional.
Yes, functional.
But not just functional, it must be user-friendly.
User-friendly.
So some of these websites, you even just give up. You're like, oh, never mind. And then you move on to the next, and they've lost the customer in that way.
Yes.
So my point would be an online presence, it builds customer relations and trust. How does that happen? Like you just said, when you have a website, people will put in their reviews of how they found your service, how they found your product. They say there's no bad publicity, right? Because you can actually put a spin on the bad publicity.
Yes.
Because mostly bad publicity is the one that goes viral, right? Yes. But guess what? It happens. It puts your name out there because people will go and search you out. So you can actually put a spin on that bad publicity. I'll give you an example. You remember the lady that stuck Gorilla Glue on her.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
On her hair.
Yes.
You know, they got free publicity by somebody's stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
It looked bad for Gorilla Glue to have somebody for the moment, but they gave it a nice positive spin where this girl is now an ambassador of Gorilla Glue. How about that? She gave herself she made money now of that.
And another thing what Gorilla Glue did too, because you wanted its credibility. Before they didn't have you can't use on your hair. So now on the label they even said it. You cannot put Gorilla Glue on your hair, so that the next time, you know, everybody would know. Don't try to put Gorilla Glue on your hair or your face or whatever, so that it also protects them.
Yeah,
you know.
But I mean, that is a great example to show that there's no bad publicity if you're smart enough.
If you're smart enough.
And also if there is somebody who puts in a bad review, because you will have people who are never happy about anything. Because you cannot please everybody. Right. So you can always attend to those comments or reviews immediately, and even reach out personally to those unhappy clients. You know, for the good reviewers, guess what happens? It spreads the word. When people see those 5 stars, those 4 stars, they're gonna click and buy because they see that you are a trustworthy company. So I love that about online businesses. You don't even have to say a word. It sells itself.
And another thing too about that you said about the comments and things like that. Even with your social media, a great thing too. You want to engage with your audience, and so you want to also reply to every comment.
Right.
You want to apply to
as many as you can. Some companies are too big to do that.
You want to apply to your DMs. You want to apply to your emails. You want to every response that you get, you want to apply to them because it helps build trust.
Right.
It helps build credibility.
Yeah.
It helps when you apply, because sometimes customers are like, they're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
They're not gonna reply to me.
Yeah.
They this and they that, so they're not gonna. And when you apply that, they shocked. And even if you're too big and you can't do it, you can always hire someone to reply, because you always wanna apply and reach back out to your customers or your potential customers.
Yeah, that's just good customer service.
Yeah, and so even on social media, if you're trying to build a brand, you're trying to build a brand, you know, when people comment to your respond, or people comment on your post, respond.
Even if it's not a comment, because sometimes, like for example, with myself, with everything that I'm doing, sometimes I'm not able to respond immediately. But I do and then I go back maybe later if I'm able to then say, oh, thank you, or whatever, and respond. But even the shows that you've paid attention to that comment and you didn't just overlook them.
And so the next one is, and we were just talking about social media, online presence, and how to build that customer loyalty. Online presence enable effortless marketing, where the product and the service that you are selling becomes an effortless process.
Yeah.
You know, thanks to your online presence, thanks to your commenting and replying back to your messages or your DMs or your posts.
Right.
Thanks to all the things that you're doing behind the scenes. You know, you might think it's tedious, but it's not if you're trying to build loyalty. If you're trying to build a presence, if you're trying to build that trust with that customer, you might think it's tedious, but it's not tedious. Why? Because you gotta think of it. You gotta think of it. This is building my business,
right?
And this is how.
There's no tedious task actually.
Yeah.
Every task is important in business, as long as it's going to, build a good rapport for your business.
But another thing too about when your marketing is effortlessly, because also consumers to be able to go in your store, on your website, and be able to shop at their choice. They can look around at their leisure while they're working, and not worry about sales associates bothering.
Oh, have you had that experience before? I mean, I think because I'm black and I really notice these things. Oh my God! Like if you're in a white area, they'll be after you, like, ma'am. Sometimes I don't even say ma'am, miss. Are you okay? Like, did I ask you if I was okay? Kind of thing. But they'll be bothering you like crazy. I don't know in America, but in South Africa it happens a lot because there's this taboo that, you know, black people might steal something, which is not even true, you know. But yeah, so when you're online, you don't have to worry about that. You can even put things in your cart.
Yes.
And come back later if you don't have the money.
Yeah. So that's the reason why, you know, you want to have the online presence so that you're able to build trust. You know, you're able to have effortless processes, you know, with your customers. You're able to put in the procedures, put in the process, and let the process do the work for you.
Yeah.
You know, so your job is easier. When at the store, you know, these people that actually own a brick and mortar store, they still own a job.
Yeah.
It's not even though it's their business, but it also is a job.
They have to be there.
They have to be there when the store open to the store closed.
And it's a lot of overheads
especially as mom and pop stores, you know, they have to be there. They're doing 70, 80, 90 hours a week.
It's hard.
You know, and it's hard when you know, so it's that's why you want an online presence so that you don't have to be at the store.
So let me ask you, what about companies or businesses that offer a service? Because they have to be there to offer to do that service that they're offering. For example, a barber shop. You know, they can't cut your hair online.
So even with that, I mean, it's ways around everything. Now, like I said, with the online presence, right? You don't have to. You could do by appointments. They do got apps that you can sign up for.
So in other words, what you mean is that yes, they're not going to give you the product online, or I mean rather the service online, but it makes everything easier. It makes easy
effortlessly.
Instead of you calling to place an appointment while they're busy with somebody's head.
Or walking in.
You actually know that when you do walk in, you will be attended to.
You will be attended to. And also the barber know that they have a customer.
Right.
You know, they don't have to guess, if they're gonna be slow or busy or whatever. They already know ahead of time how many people they're gonna have in a chair.
Right.
So they know they only gonna do a certain amount of people a day.
Right.
So if you have an online presence and if you on an app or whatever, now you can book out that day. So you know, okay, I got a full day and that's it, I can go home.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to worry about being at the shop for 10 hours.
Just sitting around.
You know what you have available and what's coming to you. So that's why it's very important. Even if you're a barber or somebody that do hair, you know, even someone that just cooking at home, you know, when you just having an app, you know what's selling, what not selling.
Right.
And that's key. You know what's selling and what's not selling. And so that you know how much inventory to have and what to buy. So you're able to always keep afloat.
What to get rid of and what to put on sale.
Yeah.
And what are your best sellers.
Yes.
And what's good in what season. Because some stuff is seasonal. You'll find that it's not great sales in winter, but it's great sales in summer. Yeah.
So that's why you want an online presence so that you know. And so, like I said, you don't have to sit there because these mom and pop stores, man, like I said, you're a technician. You want to move away from a technician after a while and go to an entrepreneur.
Right.
You know, where the business is working for itself.
Yeah.
This when you know you have a business and when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
When the business to run itself without you being there. That's when you know you have a business.
Yeah.
If you still gotta be there, then that's not a business.
And that's hard work.
That's hard work.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to run an organization, a ministry, a business where you don't even have to be there.
Yeah. Well,
it runs itself. It's like a machine.
Right.
It runs itself.
And it's also so important, I guess, to also put in, you know, a nice pictures to show what you offer.
Yes.
And make sure that you put in quality pictures. So that people are able to see and be enticed about what you're offering.
Yes.
No matter what it is. Don't just do it for the doing. Try and go for excellence.
Yes, quality is everything. And when you talk about quality is everything. Whatever you do, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap when you do it. So, you know, we just wanted to touch on why it's critical to have an online presence.
Right.
and we want to just give you some information just to think about, so that you can ponder and so that you could do your research. You know, this just a little research, it's just a little something, but now you have to take a step further and do more research, and because whatever market you in, you got to see what works for you.
Yes, I think that was my last point actually, where, you know, once you've done all of the above, absolutely, once you've done all of the above, now you want to see what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
Because you don't want to keep continuing working on things that don't work. You know, there's no point. If you see that a certain product or a certain service is not bringing you any money, it's probably even bringing in a loss, stop it.
Stop it.
Or enhance it in some form that is going to attract your customers.
And that's good.
You know, even with what's beautiful is that there's apps as well that help track the footprint of people tapping into your online store.
Yes.
So you can keep track of those analytics and check, oh, my shoppers shop at this time, they shop from this country, you know, because now you're online, you can actually go global. Where you can, especially when it's a product, your services can go abroad. You don't have to be stuck in a domestic market.
Yes, yes. And so you definitely want to know, because you want to know, like I said, sometimes you might have a product, right? And it might not be moving that time. So you have to continue to always stay informed and renovate it so that you're able to know if it's time to come up, add a product or add a service. You know, Apple is good with that.
Yeah.
Every other year
they go with the trends.
They go with a new phone, and they're only adding maybe one feature, and they know what feature people like.
It's like how now we just recently found out they into the metaverse where they have glasses now.
Glasses, yes.
That's, oh Lord, it's gonna be hectic out there.
Yeah.
People walking around with glasses that are taking pictures and doing all sorts of things. We even have drones now that take pictures. Who would have known?
Yes.
You know, that we were going to move from those huge cameras to mobile phones, now to drones and to crazy other stuff.
And this is why you want to be in technology and have an online presence, because they always evolving and technology.
Have to keep up.
Yeah, and so you gotta keep up with the technology so that you don't get outdated.
Yeah.
Because what happens if you don't keep evolving, you know, you will be a dinosaur.
Right.
You will be a dinosaur. So
you'll be left behind.
And you'll be left behind.
You'll be stuck in your past, and you'll stop making.
And your customer's gonna leave you and go to the hottest trend or go to a competitor, because even with like church services, you know, for people that don't have an online presence, you got these younger people now that's tech friendly. They ran to on phones, because they had the freedom to go to church, get that word in, as well as continue to do what they want to do.
Absolutely.
Not everyone is like us, like me, that, you know, want to go to a church service inside the building. A lot of people don't want to do that no more, especially the younger people, because they're more tech friendly and they like the sound of it, where they can just listen to it from their comfort in their home. They can travel, they can do whatever they want to do and still get their word
more flexible.
So this is,
so in conclusion, I guess we can both agree that online presence is not just beneficial for your business to grow, but it's actually essential. You can't live without it. You have to.
You got to have it.
If you don't have it yet, just start. Just create it. Freelancers that are there are waiting to do a job for you. So go ahead and look for them. There is a reasonable one somewhere who's just starting out, who's just finished college, who's just looking to make extra money after work, etc. But don't say these services are expensive. Look for the most reasonable.
Look for. Just get, like we said before, just get started. Start small and then build up. It don't have to be expensive in the beginning. You know, once you grow the business, Then you want to add more to it. Then you want to invest more into the business to make it more functional, to make it more professional, to make it better. But when you're just getting started, it don't take much.
But I think another way to get started without spending money, just do it on social media first.
Yeah, just
use your Instagram, use your Facebook.
Yes.
It doesn't cost a penny to do that.
And make it public for those that want to be private. You gotta. That's key too. If you want to build an online presence, your pages cannot be private and have to be public so that everyone can see what's going on and what you're doing. Because if you're private, the algorithm it won't be shown to everyone. It's only gonna stick to you. So if you're trying to build an audience, you have to be public so that the algorithm picks up and begin to show more into more and more
for
people.
order for you to shake up that algorithmic as well, you must also be active, consistent.
Yes, be
Don't
consistent.
post today and then post a week later and expect things to happen.
Yes.
No, they're not gonna happen. You're gonna be stuck.
For my content creators.
Right, you're gonna be stuck. Just keep creating that content, no matter how little it is. One step at a time, you'll start having some great ideas on how to just be consistent with relevant, exciting stuff.
Yes, and definitely, and another thing too, because people also trying to they just put up any post and just put up posts, and so you want to post a lot, but put some thought into your post, even if it's just one post a day. That's okay, but you want to make sure you want to be intentional with that one post, and then build out and do 2 posts and 3 posts a day. But don't just put anything just to be posted then, because a lot of people just posting 6 or 7 posts just to say I post something, and it's not moving the needle because you just posting whatever, and Facebook realizes, and if it's not,
they trash your.
they trash your post. So you want to make sure you be intentional with every post, even if it's just one post
a day.
Just do that one post a day and be consistent with that one.
And be authentic and be genuine. Don't try and fool people out there. People are not stupid.
Yes,
they know, they see, and they know when you're being fake. So just be genuine. Be authentic. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Too, Don't try to be the Joneses where you're not. Just be yourself. Just people will fall in love with you, because remember, people will buy you first before they buy your product. Right? And that's why it's important to have a social media presence that's active and lively and clean. Don't do things that you won't want your mama and papa to see on Facebook, and then you expect to be a successful business person or entrepreneur. Just be clean. You can do things in a fun way, but in a clean way.
In a clean way.
Yeah.
So and this is how one way you can build your presence, but always you got to do your part.
Yeah.
You got to continue to research.
Things don't just magically happen.
Yeah, you got to continue to learn, and you got to continue to invest in yourself and learning what you need to do to establish that online presence for your business or for your service, what you need to do. Right. Because we just talking in general.
In general, because every market is specific.
Every market
every
specific.
Niche is specific.
Yes.
Also, one thing that I've realized is when you become consistent, you will one day find out you're posting something, a blog post or whatever, and it just blows up.
It just blows up.
And you will like, what? Other people were not watching. People are watching.
Yes.
Facebook is watching as well. Yes. And they want you to be out there because they want people who have great content, so that people are spending more time glued on their phones and scrolling. And
another thing too, just for you saying that, and don't worry about how many likes you get.
Like yourself first.
Yeah, just put it out there. If it's good content, one day, the right person gonna see it, and it just blows up. Yeah. And then you start getting a lot of likes and a lot of comments.
I wanna just also close by this. Destiny helpers. You never know which direction they're gonna come from.
You never know.
So just do your thing as authentic with a pure heart as possible. Be genuine. And God might just send somebody your way who will help you blow up, and you just make it finally after all that hustle.
Yes.
Listen, don't despise small beginnings.
Small beginnings.
It says, do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin.
Yes.
Amen.
So don't despise your small beginners, but continue to always invest yourself, continue to learn. Whatever you want to do in life, whatever you're passionate about, learn about it, research it, see what you need to do to build that business, because there's a solution to your problem. There's a solution to help you grow, you know, but you got to work it, and you have to learn how to expand your business. And so now we just want to go let you know and show and tell you what you can do to follow us, and how you can like and subscribe to the videos and to the audio. And so we are on YouTube, which you are watching us on.
Right.
We are on YouTube.
Someone listening.
Yes, and we would like for you, if you can, to subscribe.
No, not if you can. It doesn't cost a cent. Please just subscribe, okay? Be nice.
My wife said, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, as well as comment, even comment with whatever parts you like.
So that we know that you watched.
Yeah.
How about you just leave a comment? Because we respond to each and every one of them.
Talk to us while the video is going. Just talk to us, and so that you engage with us. We love the engagements, and we love to read your comments. And so, as well as on all the audio platforms, we are on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, and we're on Amazon Music. So follow us on each platform. Whatever platform you're watching, follow us. Give us a 5-star rating, as well as write a review. It helps us to reach more people. It helps us to become that #1 business podcast, entrepreneur podcast, and personal development podcast on a different platform, and it help us to reach more people, so that they can get this content that we done. Now, how they can follow us is, go ahead, baby.
You can find us on Chilling with the Chaplins on all platforms, and then you can follow me personally on Instagram at LadySiza1, Instagram at LadySiza1, and LJ.
You can follow me on Instagram at Get Inspired by LJ, and YouTube on Get Inspired by LJ. And so we just thank you for watching and listening to this podcast, and we hope that we were able to say something. Thank you until we see you next week.
See you next week. Take care. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Siza, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life.